Hello everyone, we are on exercise number 1 and we have completed first 11 question in our last class. So today we start with 12 question, page number 30, and you can open your page 30 and we start 12 example. Read question. Consider binary operation from R cross R to R. Another also from R cross R to R. Define A cross B. Now what is the result is given that A cross B equal to relation is given A minus B and another relation is mentioned that is A. Now you have to show is it commutative but not associative, second also associative but not commutative, and further you have to check distributive law also. Okay, so let's start with first commutative associative for first one. Okay, A B is A minus B. So if I write B asterisk A equal to B minus A, meaning remains same because if I take minus sign then we get the same term as in modulus we can make negative number positive. So this is you can say commutative. Now let's check for associative. So A and B C and another side we will take with A B and C. Now this one as a B minus C. As A asterisk B is given A minus B. Now again apply this same A minus mode of A minus mode of B minus C. This result you get. Now again check for this. So mode of A minus B and C. So mode of A minus B minus C, this way we are getting. Now if you open this bracket then A minus B plus C you will get, and here A minus B minus C. So both are not same. So it is not associative. So first part is very easy and clear that mode of A minus B is commutative but not associative. Similar way let's check for this. Now if you want to check is it commutative and associative or not. So what you can write for commutative, A B equal to A and B A equal to B. So from this result you can say it is not commutative. Now let's check for associative. Okay, we can write A over B equal to A we have it. So B over C equal to B and AB means A. Similar way A B and C. So on place of AB you can write C and on place of AC you can write A. So from these two results you can say it is associative. So first part it is in first question what we learn, it is commutative but not associative, and in second we derive that it is not commutative but associative. Now the second result which you have to derive that A asterisk B over C, distributive or not. Okay, let's check for distributive but you have to use these two results. So definitely we will write this result as it is. Okay, now what is distributive law? That you have to show by these two results. So let's check it. A B over C equal to A B over A C. And one more thing is mentioned with it. If it's so, then say that the operation asterisk distributive over the operation O and does over this relation is distributive over or not, and you have to justify your answer. Okay, so let's check first for distributive. We will check both the sides. First A asterisk B over C. B over C you have to write your first element, and A asterisk B equal to we have A minus B. Now let's start from this side. A asterisk B equal to we have A minus B over A asterisk C equal to you can write A minus C. Now what you get? We have it this relation A over B equal to A. What is the term? First A minus B, so you can write A minus B. So this one we can derive that LHS and RHS is same. But the second part if we go for this, then what you get? A over B minus C. Now if you apply this then you get A. Now similar way, this side if we apply then A minus B On place of it, what you can write? A over B asterisk A over C. Okay, A over B is A and A asterisk A over C also A minus A is 0. So here you get A and here we get 0. So it is not distributive. First part, our 12 question, this one is what we have derived? Commutative and not associative. Which one we have proved? This one is associative but not commutative. Okay, then we have to prove distributive law. So for this result you can check distributive law is true, but for the second result distributive law is not satisfied. So what is the result? Distributive law is not satisfied, and separately one is commutative, one is associative. This is your question number 12. Now let's come to the 13th question. What is your 13th question? Read it. In 13th question, it is mentioned that given a non-empty set X, relation is mentioned from P of X to P of X to P of X, and relation is A asterisk B equal to A minus B over B minus A. So that the empty set means null set is the identity, and one more thing, it is invertible and inverse of A is A itself. One more thing is mentioned that you can apply this hint. And another thing, A minus A union A minus A equal to A asterisk A, and it's equal to null set. These two concepts you can apply. See, first thing we have to check that identity for it, and then you have to prove inverse for it. Okay, if we apply this result, then what is the result? A asterisk B equal to A minus B union B minus A is given. So we are taking A asterisk null set. What is the meaning of it? A minus null set union null set minus A. And for that, this result is already given. What is the meaning of this result? That on place of A minus null set union null set minus A, you can write A. So from this result we have derived one thing, that null set is the identity element. Now we have to show that inverse of A is A itself. So what you can write? A related with A. If we take A related with A, then how can you write this result? A minus A union A minus A. But we have another result also, that A minus A union A minus A is what? A asterisk A, and that is your null set only. So when you combine two terms, and if you get identity element, both are inverse of each other. So here you can say inverse of A is A itself. This is your 13th question. Just check it once. We have used simply these two results and we have put up in A asterisk B equal to A minus B union B minus A only. Now let's come to the next question, 14th one. What is your 14th question? Let's see, 14th one is, relation is mentioned that set is mentioned on 1 to 5. Now A asterisk B equal to A plus B if A plus B is less than 6, and another is A plus B minus 6 if A plus B is more than or equal to 6. Now you have to show 0 is the identity for this operation in, and each element A is not equal to 0 of the set is invertible with 6 minus A being the inverse of A. So for that, first we have to make a table of it. So let's start with table. We have to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Similar way 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now what is the result is given? If the total is less than 6, then we can apply A plus B. So 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 0 plus 2, 2. 0 plus 3, 3. 0 plus 4, 4. And 0 plus 5, 5. This one simple. So similar way you can write directly here also, because the addition is same. Okay, 1 and 1, 2. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 4, 5. But 1 and 6. 1 plus 6 means more than or equal to 6. So here you get 0. Same thing, 2 and 1, 2 and 3. 2 and 1 is 3. Then 4, then 5. Again 5 and 1, 6. So answer is 0. Because we have to apply this result for it. This. Okay. Now 2 and 2. 4. 2 and 3. 5. But 2 and 6. 2 and 4 is 6. So 0. 2 and 5, 7. Now 2 plus 5, 7 minus 6 means 1. Then 3 and 2. 5. 3 and 3 is 6. 3 and 4, 7 means 1. 3 and 5, 8 means subtract 6. So 2. Again 4 and 1, 5. 4 and 2, 6 means 0. 4 and 3. You have to subtract 6 from it. 7 minus 1. 8 minus 6, 2. And 9 minus means 6, 3. Last 5 and 2, 7. So 1. 5 and 3, 8 means 2. 5 and 4, 9 means 3. And 5 and 5, 10 minus 6 means 4. Now you have to check for identity. So what you have to do? See, check it when your answer became same. So here you can check what is your question for it. That check so that 0 is the identity for this operation and each element A is not equal to 0 of the set is invertible with 6 minus A being the inverse of A. Okay, first of all you have to check 6 minus A is the inverse of A. You have to show this. Now let's check it. Identity is 0 or not, that we have to show. First of all, A plus B is less than 6, then you can add directly. But when it is more than or equal to 6, you have to write A plus B minus 6. By that we have make a table. Now check. Here we have 1 for 5. Answer is 0. Similar way for 5 and 1. Answer is 0. Then again same way you can check. See, for 0, 0 we are not taking because A is not equal to 0. It is mentioned only. Now check. 2 and 4 is 0. Similarly 4 and 2 also 0. Same way 3 and 3 is 0. And same way you can check for 3 and 3 also. So from this we have derived that it is a identity element. Now you have to show that the inverse of A is 6 minus A. How can we check it? Now check first for 1 and 5. So if you subtract 1 from 6 you get 5. So that is correct. That the inverse of A is 6 minus A. Check for second. If you subtract 2 from 6, then you get 4. If you subtract 3 from 3, then you get 3. And same way you can go on. So from this we have derived, from this table only you can understand one thing, that the 0 is the identity element and inverse of A is 6 minus A only. Now let's come to the next question. Question number 15. A is given, set A minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. Set B is given minus 4, minus 2, 0 and 2. Now the function is mentioned that fx equal to x square minus x and g of x equal to 2 into x minus half minus 1. Okay, now R, F and G equal, justify your answer. One more thing is mentioned in a hint, that if f of A and g of A is equal, call the equal function. Now you have to check is it equal or not, that's all. So how can we check it? First you tell, if we want to prove that these two are equal, then what to do? take a elements from which is given here and then you can check that is it equal or not. Here what is mentioned? X in A, and in this G function what is mentioned for G? That G is here given on given domain A to B. Both is given on domain A to B. Okay, what is your domain means this. So you have to choose element from here and you have to prove in this one. Okay, so let's start with first element. We start with f of minus 1. Okay, if we put up minus 1 in x square minus 1, x square minus x. So minus 1 square minus 1. 1 minus minus plus 1. Okay, g of minus 1, let's write here. 2 into mode of minus 1 minus half minus 1. So 2 into this one if we solve, then minus 1 minus half means minus 3 by 2 minus 1. This 2 cancel, minus minus plus 3 minus 1 will be 2. So both answers are same. Now check for 0. So first f of 0. What is 0 minus 0 is 0 only. Same way g of 0. What is g of 0? 2 into 0 minus half minus 1. So 2 into half minus 1. This 2 cancel, 1 minus 1 0. This 2 answer is same. Here also this 2 answer is same. Similarly you can check for 1 and 2. And if for both one answers are same, you can say it is a same function. Okay, so I write for 0 and then we write for 1. F of 1. 1 minus 1 definitely 0. And g of 1, 2 into 1 minus half minus 1. What is it? 2 into 1 minus half is half only and minus 1. So 1 minus 1 again 0. And last 2, g of 2. So let's write f and g of 2. F of 2. 2 square is 4 minus 2 is 2 and g of 2 will be 2 into 2 minus half minus 1. Okay, 2 minus half. What is it? 3 by 2. So 2 into 3 by 2 minus 1. This 2 cancel. 3 minus 1 is 2. So from this you can understand one thing, that we have checked for all the elements of domain minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. And we are getting f and g both are same. So from this you can derive that both are equal function. What is the concept of equal function? That if two terms, both all answers are in a range also, and if it is equal, then you can say it is a equal function. Only few questions are remaining, so we will discuss it in our next class. So for this class, thank you very much.